Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how interaction expands your perception and awareness of all that is. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I had a couple powerful sessions yesterday, and they were actually related in many ways. The first one I want to talk about is someone that I met with for the first time about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so we had a follow-up session. And 2 or 3 weeks ago, she was at the point that she wanted to delete the guy that she was dating from her Instagram. And I've heard this before. I've heard this in other sessions and also on the channel. So I want to hit this, not the idea of deleting, but the idea, but the power behind it is what we're going to talk about. What we're really talking about here. So she had said, I just wanted to delete him and be done with it. Why? She feels like she had made a mess of things, right? They were dating and things were going okay, but as she was looking at her Instagram feeds, she saw pictures of him with other guys and other girls, and they seemed very close together, and so she would text him. And she'd text them and you know, see what's going on, and then try to get something going, like, what are you doing this week? Can we go out? Can I see you? A couple text messages like that, and that he didn't get back right away. He was neutral. He wasn't cold, right? Is what she said, but he was kind of neutral. And then she started fearing that maybe he's seeing someone in this crowd of people that he was in on Instagram, and then as she pushed with more text messages and even a phone call, things just progressively got colder between them, and then she just wanted to delete it from Instagram, be done with it, and then focus again on her wish fulfilled. Right? So she goes, well, Tom, I've made a mess. Now I don't know what to do. And here's the thing, guys. It doesn't matter what you've done, any actions that you've taken in 3D. Remember, the actions in 3D don't create reality. It's how you can enjoy what you've already created within. Certainly, there'll be actions and steps towards your wish fulfilled in 3D reality, but the creation is within, right? And so again, what happened was she had a limited perspective, a limited perception of reality. She was looking at that less than 1% and then making conclusions about that, right? Which continued to narrow her focus. And when you're focused in fear and doubt on what you don't want, you can't see what you want. So what's the answer? It's not about doing anything in the outside world. It's about seeing it done. Seeing it done within. Seeing yourself and your wish fulfilled. Seeing yourself with this person. Whether it's that, or in my other session yesterday, it was about a job promotion. The same idea. This guy was looking around, seeing how others were getting promoted within the company, feeling that he was being passed over. Right? Creating a story, looking at the 0.1% and creating a story about it. Where do you want to create it? Within. See it done. That's the only creation that matters. Then you're going to see it in the 3D world, right? So there is no mess. There's two really kinds of messes that there could be. An outer mess in 3D, and where you keep taking action to clean it up, and it gets worse and worse. Or you create an inner mess with your fears and thoughts and doubts based on what you're seeing in 3D reality, right? You're creating it with more of it with fear. And so then you take action to compensate and to fix what the mess you made within. So what's the answer? The answer is to go within and create what you want, right? And remember that when you're looking at 3D, you're looking at the past. You're looking at less than 0.1% of the true picture. So I just want to say this, negative thoughts and conditions, or what you judge as negative thoughts and conditions, are not things of themselves, but rather they are the lack or absence of some things. Do you hear this? Negative conditions are just an incomplete seeing, imperfect seeing. You're not seeing the entire picture, right? And so it's limited by definition. It's less than 0.1% of reality. So that you're really, it's not things in themselves, but rather they're the lack or absence of things. That's all unwanted conditions are. They're not even conditions. They're the lack of certain conditions of what you want. Right? They're incomplete perceptions of imperfect seeing. They're the 0.1% or less of reality. All fear, all doubt, and negative thoughts are the result of limited perception with the 3D-centered consciousness. You're just not seeing the big picture, right? You have narrowed your awareness and perception, and you don't see beyond this limitation. So what do? She went back within. Stopped sending text messages and didn't delete them from Instagram. Just knew as she saw feeds and didn't run away from the feeds. I told her, don't run away from them. Don't ignore them. Don't resist them. Just know that they're a limited perception. You don't know how all the pieces fit. You don't know what you're looking at there, right? And so that's what she did. And sure enough, they're seeing each other. Everything's okay. That group of people that she saw there were girls, and there were actually girls that he had dated, but they were from childhood. That was years ago. There's nothing going on there. But there could have been, if she stayed in fear, if she continued to narrow her awareness by looking at the unwanted, creating a story about it, working from fear, the story could have been, reality could have changed into they are together. And he's together back with his childhood sweetheart. That could have been the story. She created it all by going back within. And now knowing that she's just seeing a limited perception. That's so powerful. So let's hit this. So trying to get rid of, solve, avoid, run away from something that's not there in the first place. That's what you're doing when you're seeing, quote, unwanted conditions, right? Limited conditions. You're only seeing less than 0.1% of what's really going on. So it's not the things you're seeing, it's the things that you're not seeing. And you're trying to get rid of it. Right? It's not even there. It's not there in the first place. There is no unwanted condition. It's just imperfect seeing. Right? It's just an illusion of perception. You're not getting the whole picture. That results in you seeing and perceiving even less of what you want and desire. Do you see it? It keeps narrowing your focus of reality, where you're seeing less and less of what you want because you're focused on what you don't want, and what you don't want's not even really there. Wow, that's so big. You're trying to clear the muddy water. That's that Zen story that I've said in a couple videos, right? Where you try to clear the muddy water and it just makes it more muddy. You see less and less of what you want to see the more you struggle against it, the more you try to do things to make it happen, right? What's the key? It's not about trying to get rid of or avoid something that's not there, right? Because these unwanted conditions are not there. It's a perception. It's what's not there. It's what you feel that's missing, right? But what's it about then? It's about expanding your awareness and your perception to see more of what is really there. What's there is really what you want. You just can't see it. See that those negative conditions are illusions of imperfect seeing. Fear, lack, limitation result in believing and seeing something that's not there. You create it. Right? It's that limited seeing. Wow, that's big. So that's why many times, not all the time, why positive affirmations seem to work for some and not for others. Hear this. If you agree, believe, and see something as black, no amount of positive affirmations saying it's white will change that. I talked about this in a video a few months back, right? So if you believe and see something as black, in other words, if you're looking at that less than 0.1% and you believe that that's reality, and you're not seeing the other 99.9 or even considering that there is another 99.9, then no amount of saying that it's what you want or that you're seeing it white will change that, right? So if you're seeing it as black, no matter how many times you say it's white, it's white, it's white, you're going to see it as black because you believe it's black. It's all you can see. But hear this, and this is where affirmations are powerful. If you open and expand your awareness to consider the possibility of infinite possibilities, then affirmations become a powerful process to see more of all that is. Wow. Do you see that? That's why affirmations are powerful. I am affirmations. Right? It's because when you're open to it, when you know that all is possible, that it's infinite, right? You're not trying to force yourself that you believe it's not infinite, but you're trying to affirm your way to the infinite reality, right? To infinity. No matter how many positive thoughts you think or affirmations you do, you can't overcome your limited perception unless you choose to be open to the unseen more, unless you choose to. I want to read this again. No matter how many positive thoughts or you think or affirmations you do, you can't overcome your limited perception unless you choose to. Unless you choose to be open to the unseen more, to the infinite realities. That's big. Wow. So let's hit this a little bit more. When you react to negative conditions or what you see as negative conditions, remember, negative conditions are just limited perception of what all that is. It's just a narrow, puny perception of all that is. Taking action within or without to resist, run from, or get rid of unwanted conditions, you're acting on the sketchiest of evidence. Less than 0.1% of manifested physical reality. Wow. Do you see that when you want to delete that person from Instagram or you believe you're being passed over for a job promotion? Because you see others getting promoted in front of you and you're making all these conclusions. You can react to these negative conditions. You take action within or without. Right? If you're taking inner action based on fear, if you're imagining the worst, right? Like Job in the Bible. My worst fears have come upon me. If you imagine the worst, or you take action without, if you take physical action to make something happen, both of those, if you're resisting, if you're trying to run from something, if you're trying to get rid of it, of any judged unwanted circumstance or condition, you're acting on the sketchiest of evidence, less than 1% of manifested physical reality. You're cutting yourself off from 99.9% of unseen potential, that now moment, the present. It's always, remember, and that 0.1% is always evidence of who you were, not of who you are in the eternal moment and now. It's past evidence. Wow. Remember, there is no past. There is no future. There's only now. But whenever you're seeing something, that 0.1% of manifested reality, it's always evidence of who you were, not who you are right now. Right? So you can't fix or change the past in the past. I've hit this before in videos, right? Hear the power in this, right? Remember, there is no past. But that's why you can't fix or change the past in the past. You can't fix or change that 0.1% when you're in it and identified with it and think it's real and think it's solid. You can't do it. So try this instead. Instead, take your interaction. Revise, rewrite, create a new image of your wish fulfilled, right? Create the image of it's done and it will be done, right? That's what you want. If you took unaligned action in 3D, remember it differently. So any action you took, just remember it differently or don't remember it at all, right? Create a new image, right? None of that matters in the now moment. All your power is now. Don't keep taking 3D action to fix or compensate for the metaphysical mess created within. Let it dissolve and choose again. Whatever you created within from fear or lack will dissolve when you choose again, when you create what you do want, when you put your focus on what you do want, right? Take action within from the thoughts and feelings of wish already fulfilled. Then the outer action will feel natural and aligned. It will feel, as Abraham Hicks and other teachers say, like the next logical step. That's where your power is. Try that. That's how interaction expands your perception and awareness of all that is. I am your host, Tom Caron, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. You can follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful. We also have a group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Caron, or visit our website anytime at tomcaron.com or BeSomethingWonderful.com. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom. See you soon.